right. Is that better now? Okay, I've got a picture now at least. Oh, that was bright. I got a picture now at least, so hopefully that's coming through just tickety boo now. Hopefully that's coming through just fine. Yeah, I don't know what happened in that previous attempt, but 2 minutes and there was no picture. Uh, so we had to try that again. But hopefully, I mean, it looks to be fine now. It looks to be fine now. So there was apparently one person that came through that. Sorry for that. Good evening. How you doing, Sam? Sam being a place to be. And it was bloody oh, indeed it was. Indeed it was. It was disgusting. It was vile. It was sickening. But yeah, loved it. Oh man, that was a great movie, wasn't it? That was such a. And you know what? What up, Isleen? Isleen in the place to be. How is Yeen? That film um outpaced the Joker Part Two. So Joker, or Joker Two, really. Was it called Joker Folia Adu? Uh, Joker is a big movie, like big mainstream, movie from Warner Brothers, and this little independent movie outpaced it at the box office, like made more money in the box office than Joker 2. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, for a quaint little family friendly independent movie, it's done pretty well, hasn't it? It's done pretty well. So yes, I'm doing great. Is I'm doing great. Went to see maybe the Terrifier. I went to see Terrifier 3 on Friday just gone. Um, Thanks to you. Appreciate that little money thing that helped me go see it. But yeah, I went to see it on Friday, and yeah, it's vile, disgusting, horrible. But yeah, I loved it. It was a great movie. It's it's the type of movie. Here's the thing. I watched a review on that film on Terrify 3, and a person pretty much summed up how I feel about it. He said that it's a great film, but it's difficult to recommend. And I think I feel the same way about it. It's a great movie, but it is difficult to recommend because, like, even though it's done really well, so maybe there's more people who like these types of films than I realize. It's done really well so far, which is cool. But at the same time, it's like, I can see why some people would be put off by a film like this. You know what I mean? Like, I could totally understand why some people might be like, "Nah, I'm good." I could understand that. I could understand that. But yeah, if you like gore, if you really like gore, and if you just like violence in movies, then this is great. This is great. I'm trying to figure out something. Don't think I can do it from here though. Excuse me. Oh, I need to do it from here, I think, actually. Live. Here we go. Delete. Yeah. Need to delete that because that's not thing no more. Thank you. Hope you're doing amazing. Appreciate you, Is. I'm doing pretty damn good. Pretty damn good indeed. Is Aline in the place to be in? How is you? I haven't tried your recipe yet, though, with the mayonnaise, but I do need to make some more because I made the mayonnaise and then I turned the mayonnaise into salad cream and I finished the salad cream. So I need to make more salad cream. But before I make the salad cream, I need to make more mayonnaise. So next time I make mayonnaise, I want to try your recipe with the Parmesan cheese, the Parmigiano cheese. Um, I do have some Parmigiano cheese ready to go. So yeah, hopefully I can do that maybe tomorrow. Maybe I might get some time tomorrow to do it. But yes, I want to try that recipe of yours because that sounded so. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but I do want to try it soon. It was a fun time, and only was it gory. It was so funny. I want to go again. Oh, indeed. I liked the part where he's outside the dormitory of the two students. You know, you got like Jonathan's best friend. Well, not really his best friend, but Jonathan's roommate and his roommate's girlfriend, and the girlfriend is obsessed with like the whole kind of true crime podcast type thing, and they were talking, and then Art the Clown's outside listening in, and he's just like he doesn't say a word, right, but he just the way he kind of mimes and makes the faces and stuff like that. That was really funny. That was really cool. But yeah, it's a horrible movie. It really is. It's a truly horrible movie, and I mean that in the best way possible. You know, even if it wasn't much. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Every little helps. And that was actually quite a big help. It was uh like I mean, after YouTube took all their fees and stuff, I think it was like £11, 10, £11 that was left with. But it's like, that's still a lot of money. Like, I ain't know about you, but that's a lot of money in terms of like, okay, yeah, you're not gonna quit your job over £10. I get that. But in terms of like what you'd give to somebody, like if you give somebody anything, I feel like £10 is a lot, because yeah, it's not gonna change anybody's life, right? But how many people give you £10? You know what I'm saying? Like how many times does somebody just give you 10? It doesn't happen. Most people don't even give you £1, or 50p for that matter. Right? Most people don't give you anything. So yeah, £10 is a lot, you know. £10 is a lot. So you gave me it was like £14, because like 200 Norwegian krone came to £14. YouTube take their bit, and I'm left with a tenner. That's still a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. So yeah, appreciate that. Big up, big up, big up. When he saw Santa, I laughed so hard. Yeah, when he's like in the bar. Santa was getting some perks though, wasn't he? That other Santa, he was getting some perks with them ladies. I was like, all right, all right. And that other guy was just like trying to get in some like, well, I have a I he said something like I have a I have a job too, or so I have a wife too, or something like I can't remember what he said, but yeah. I'm going to give you the measurements. Um, should I get the measurement? You know what? I probably should because I was just gonna guess how much cheese to put in it. But maybe that's not a good idea. I might accidentally put too much or too little. So yeah, maybe it's best. So per one egg, per one egg, how much cheese should I be using? It was delicious. I'm sure you'd like it. I'm looking forward to trying it. I like cheese and I like mayonnaise. So mayonnaise and cheese should go well. 20 grams Parmigiano cheese. Okay, so per one egg, 20 grams. Cool. That's good to know. 20 grams. That's probably more than I was thinking it'd be actually. I don't think I would have put that much. I think if I'd have guessed it, I don't think I'd have put 20 grams. I probably would have guessed around maybe 5-ish grams, like 5 to 10 grams, maybe even not even that much. I kind of about 5 grams. I probably would have put in 5 grams if I had to guess. So that would have been way too little then. So yeah, 20 grams, good to know. Good to know. When he killed the family, then ate. The milk. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yes, that's right. Yeah, he washed up afterwards. Oh, that's nice of him, wasn't it? I mean, he just killed a family, so at least he can do is wash up. I mean, that's a considerate killer. He's a considerate serial killer. Oh, but you're supposed to taste the cheese. Okay, no, you want to taste the cheese. I mean, because guess if you're putting like the cheese along with the oil, there's quite a lot of oil in there. So yeah, the oil might drown out the cheese if you're not careful. So yeah, I guess you need quite a bit of cheese in there. All right, cool. I'm gonna try that. That's the next thing. I don't. I think I got some garlic actually. 1 to 2 garlic. Okay, per egg. All right. Yeah, I think I still got some garlic. So yeah, I should be able to do that. Some garlic cloves. Yeah. You know what though? that bit also when he was outside the dorm and they were comparing him, was just saying like he's the most famous serial killer since Jack the Ripper, and he's all like this. Like, stop it. You know? But yeah, it was a good movie. It was a good movie. It was a damn good movie. Isaline, how do you? No, I think you said this already. Actually, I think you said you don't watch horror movies. Is that right? Am I remember that correctly? You don't watch horror movies. I would say you probably should avoid this one. Like, I appreciate you sending me a little bit of cash to help me go see it. But in all honesty, I think if you don't watch horror movies, you might want to you almost certainly want to avoid this one. you might you might if it ever comes up, just don't. I think if you don't watch these types of movies. But I appreciate you helping me to watch this violent, disgusting, horrible, horrible film. The guy who plays Art the Clown, his name's David Howard Thornton. He said in an interview that he would like to play the Joker, right? And when I read that, I was like, you know what? I think he'd be a good Joker. I think he'd be a good Joker because I mean, the Joker, like, I mean, there's different variations of the Joker, to be fair, but the Joker that I think a lot of people like in terms of like, as the villain is the psychopathic Joker, like the psychopathic version of the Joker where he's just like mad, right? And maybe the Joker's not as psychopathic as Art the Clown. I don't. I don't think there's too many people as that psychopathic, right? But he's clearly shown that he can play a psychopath, right? He's clearly shown that he can play somebody who is just absolutely beyond reality. So I think, yeah, I feel like he could do a good Joker. I feel like he could do a good Joker. He might be able to do a pretty damn good Joker. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard him speak, so that might be the mate. I've only seen him in Terrify, and he never says a word in that. So as long as he's not got a voice like a 6-year-old girl or something, then yeah, I think he could play the Joker. There might be a reason why Art the Clown don't speak. It's like, actually, oof, David, maybe, yeah, maybe it's best we just to make him silent. You know? Yo, what up? Little Jake's in the place. Yeah, right. I'm avoiding horror movies. Nah, fair enough, fair enough. If you don't watch if you don't care too much for horror movies, then yeah, definitely avoid this one to avoid. And that goes for you too, little Jacob, as well. Like if you watched if you watched part of Martyrs and what was it like 20 minutes of Martyrs, 20-30 minutes of Martyrs? If you watched part of that and thought that was too much, avoid Terrify 3. Like, don't even bother. Like like at this point, it's like, listen, like just don't, like just don't even. If any of your friends brings it around, it's like just say no. You treat it like drugs at that point. Just say no. Just say no. Like it's I really like that movie, but like the review that I watched said it's a great film, but difficult to recommend. So little Jacob, Isaline, this is definitely one to avoid. Sam, you already know. We're watching it multiple times as soon as it's out on like DVD or not even DVD, what you call it, like streaming, or when we could buy it on Amazon, it's getting bought and watched again and again. He wasn't happy. Oh wait, I missed a bit. A friend of Elliot's watched it and he messaged me off moaning about the end. I said I was good with it because four is confirmed. Yeah, the ending I felt like when I first watched, I kind of felt the ending was a little bit weak. But then I was thinking about it afterwards, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not sure that's quite fair to say it's weak because it wasn't a bad ending. But especially when like four is coming, it makes sense to not close off too many things. You know what I mean? It makes sense to not close off too many things. To leave space for a fourth. Um, but I do kind of wish it ended with the scene where Gabby falls through the hell portal, and Sienna trying to save her, and she couldn't. I feel like if it ended there, personally, I feel like that would have been a stronger ending. But because it kind of went on to that next scene with Art on the bus, I get it. It's a reference to like the short movies and that kind of thing. So I appreciate it from that point of view. But I did kind of feel like it wasn't bad. Like it wasn't a bad ending, but I kind of wish it would have ended like that one scene earlier. Because yeah, but hell, it doesn't ruin the film. It's not enough to ruin the film. So yeah. But yeah, what was I saying? What was I reading? It was ago. So man about the thought. Yeah, we're going to continued. He wasn't happy about Jonathan. Oh yeah, yeah. But it was obviously for shock value. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that as well. To be honest, like I was thinking Jonathan maybe should have got at least got an on-screen death. But then at the same time, the way they were shooting it, they were kind of tricking the dad into meeting Jonathan as well. But then the dad didn't even get an on-screen death. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I think to be fair, that there are some choices they made where I was kind of like, I wish they'd have done more. But here's the thing, though. Like, this is what I come back to is like, anytime you watch a movie, there's always going to be something that you might have preferred or something that you might have wanted to see and they didn't show it. And there's always going to be things like that. I think the bottom line is you have to ask yourself, like, did it actually ruin the film? And the answer is a resounding no. The fact that, okay, the dad didn't get it on screen death, Jonathan didn't get it on screen death, or they had that one extra scene after it really kind of ended. Does that ruin the film? And it's no, because like ultimately, like the Terrifier primarily is really about the gore. Like, yes, they're telling a story, but the story is literally secondary. The fact is, like the first Terrifier movie didn't have much of a story at all, right? It barely had a story at all. It was just like clown on the loose killing people. That was it. The story only really came into it from part two, where they started developing that a bit more and a bit more of the lore and a bit more kind of back stuff and whatever and the whole thing with Sienna. So the story is really it's a cool thing to have because it kind of makes it you makes it gives you a second reason another reason to watch it to kind of see how that progresses and continues. But fundamentally it's about the gore and the violence, and that's really the star of the show. And that led, and yeah, maybe there were some characters that didn't get as much violence, deaths, and this and the other. But then if you're doing it too much, it loses part of what makes it shocking as well. If everybody's getting some extremely, it's like how much can you show and still keep it shocking, right? So I think there's that to consider as well. Maybe what I think would have been better if they done it, the sum of its parts would have been worse. So in the end, I think the question is always going to be, did it ruin the film? And the answer is no. So yeah, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. For me, the late Heath Ledger was my personal favorite. Oh, what Joker? Okay, yeah, he was a good Joker. He was a good Joker for sure. He's not my personal favorite, but he was a good Joker. In fact, here's a question real quick for those who know about the Joker. And let's see. I might have said this before actually. I might have said this before, but if I haven't, I've got a question for you guys. I Wait, did I say Joker? You know what? I'm confused myself. I'm thinking of Batman. Bloody hell! Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Um, Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's go with this. Who is my? I don't think I've said this before. Actually, now I'm thinking about. I don't think I said it before. So here, here's the question: Who is my favorite Joker? I'll tell you in a little bit, but I want to see if you guys can guess which actor is my favorite Joker. That's my question for you guys. I'll see if you guesses, and then we'll see if anybody gets it right, and or if anybody gets it wrong. um, Here we go. I don't know the main thing he does. Would take proper skill to pull it off. No, for sure, for sure. I mean, it looks easy, but I mean, you got to think that you have to convey a lot of different feelings, and you basically got to convey your thoughts without saying anything. and he does that well. Plus, he's got makeup on as well, so that's got to make it harder. So, yeah, that is it. It looks easy, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is at all. I literally was looking at my stopwatch and thinking anymore now. Has to come, bro. Has to come. What movie are you referring to? Oh, Terrify 3. Terrify 3, a film you should definitely avoid. Yeah, a film you should definitely avoid. So it's gonna be, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm good, Jacob. Yeah, I'm good. Let's go. Next, before I can enjoy my films. Indeed, I was annoyed about not seeing either, but then I thought about it, and it was to show us as well as Sienna, so it worked. Yeah, yeah, that's another bit as well because Sienna didn't. I mean, they when they show their head, they tell her it's Gabby, and it's like, well, no, it wasn't Gabby, and it takes a minute to be like, well, it's not Gabby. Sounds like a great movie review, by the way. Don't watch it. That's my movie review. Don't watch Terrifier 3. Jack Nicholson is not it, but I did like Jack Nicholson. I'm going with good old Jack. Oh, it's not Jack. It's not Jack. All right. I'm gonna show you who my favorite Joker is. I'm gonna show you. Let's see here. I'll watch it repeatedly. This guy, Cesar Romero, he plays the Joker in the 1960s Batman TV series and movie. And yes, this is my favorite Joker. Why? Because he had the level of camp and craziness that you just don't get anymore. And it was a fun character. Um, and he played him really well. So yeah, and he never shaved his mustache. Like if you look on, if let me try and get a picture. If you look, he had the face makeup on, but he never shaved his mustache. He just put the makeup over his mustache. That's gangster. I don't care. That is gangster. He's like, I'm not shaving my mustache. He put the white face paint on, never shaved his mustache. It's gangster. That is gangster. So yeah, Caesar Romero is my favorite Joker, and if it isn't already obvious, but my favorite Batman is oh, damn it, I'm blanking on the damn name. Oh, here we go. Blanking on the name. There we go. I don't care what nobody says, but Adam West in the 1960s series and movie was the greatest Batman of all time, and that's not a joke. I mean that. I will die on that hill. Adam West is the best Batman of all time. For one thing, this is the only Batman to not have a bulletproof vest, and he still went out there and fought crime. You know, Michael Keaton, uh, what's his name, Christian Bale, you know, Ben Affleck. All of them had bulletproof vests. This guy went out in lycra and he fought crime in lycra. That's gangster. You can't tell me that ain't gangster. The most scene even made me go, oh, he blew up. Oof. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That guy's a demon. You know what? I had that theory about how Art the Clown could be Sienna's dad. Yeah, after watching part 3, I definitely don't think that anymore. I don't think that anymore because I mean they showed Sienna's dad for one thing, so we kind of know it's not. It's not. That being said, I feel like there is definitely some devil worshipping, soul selling type thing going on some level because Art the Clown is a straight up demon. He is he is a demon. He is a demon. I mean, he's hard to kill. Man's walking around with no head, and he put that cop's head on his head. Which, by the way, racial equality. Art the Clown was part black for at least a little while. So, just saying, that's one for racial equality. But yeah, no, that Art the Clown is a demon. That man is not even a man. That monster is a demon. The original Batman show didn't age well. I couldn't watch them now. But back in the day, it was the shit. Oh, that show was great. I've watched it recent. Well, I say recently. It's about maybe a year or two ago. But that definitely holds up, mate. Like the original Batman from the 60s holds up. Well, what you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? That show holds up well. It is the greatest Batman of all time. Like, I don't care what nobody says, fam. Like, listen, my man had a helicopter. Yeah. He was like friends with the police and people liked him because he wasn't an asshole all the time, right? Um, he he was the most mentally stable Batman for sure. By far the most mentally stable Batman. He had on his bat pole, right? He would slide down on his bat pole, and he would have like a lever, and the lever was to change his costume instantly. It was like an instant costume changer lever. So you pull the lever and you instantly change the costume. How useful is that? Think about it. You need to go from Bruce Wayne to Batman. All the other Batmen, they have to like take off their jacket, take off their boots, put this on, take this off, put that on, adjust it. He was like instant changer. No other Batman has had an instant costume changer since then. And that is the most useful thing to have as a superhero. If you're going to spend your money on being and by the way, he was a millionaire. In more recent Batmans, they're like he's a billionaire, right? So it means they had more money than he did. Yeah, the more recent Batmans had more money than he did, and they still don't have an instant costume changer. How does that make sense? My man was just a measly little millionaire, and he had an instant costume changer. Tell me that's not the most useful contraption to have when you're Batman and you don't have superpowers. You use your money for an instant costume change. You slide on your pole, you're in your Bruce Wayne clothes, you slide down, by the time you get to the bottom, instant costume change. Now you're in Batman clothes. And he could dance. He's the only actually no, it wasn't the only Batman to dance, but he was the best Batman dancer out by far. The only other Batman to dance, I think, was Michael Keaton. But Michael Keaton, he just like slow dance, like a kiss is even deadly if you mean it. My man was like, my man got the moves, fam. My man got the moves. You can't tell me, nah, nah, nah. Adam West by far was the best Batman. Not even a joke. Yo, what up, Natalie? Appreciate you coming through. How's you? That's why I don't watch anything as a Christian lady. I get scared of those things now. Oh, nah, I get it. I get it. But yeah, avoid that movie. All those movies. Speaking of which, actually, I want to watch the Saw movies because I've seen they've got them on Netflix. I've seen they got them on Netflix. They got like 3 or 4 of them on Netflix, and I've only seen the first one along with Spiral, um, which is more of like a spin-off, really. But I think it's about time I sat through the Saw movies, and I just might review them one by one. I just might do that. But yeah, they got Saw, Saw 2, Saw 3, and Jigsaw, which I think comes much later on in this in the timeline or in the series, or I don't know. I haven't watched them. But yeah, they got 4 Saw movies, and the others I think they got on Amazon and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I might watch them. I'll start again with Saw 1, and I might just do like a little review for each one. Saw 2, Saw 3, Saw 4, all the way up to yeah. That's my current plan. Hayes is unashamed. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Adam West was by far the best Batman. People be like, "Oh, but Christian Bell was all gritty and realistic." First of all, he wasn't realistic. Let's speak on that fact. Let's be clear on that fact. That was not a realistic Batman at all. Like, they took bare liberties with that, but whatever. But it'd be like, oh, it's all gritty and serious, and Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. And look, I ain't even saying they're rubbish, by the way. They were good Batman. I ain't even saying that. But if you're going to talk about the best Batman, let's talk about this like from a objective point of view. Every single Batman has had a bulletproof vest, except Adam West. Except you don't need one because he just went out there, fought crime like a bad man. Everyone's all like, I'm afraid of getting shot. Think about what's that guy? Uh, uh, Let me solo her on was it Elden Ring? The guy who takes on these like mad bosses and he doesn't get hit. Like it's this guy, he's an Elden Ring player, and he takes on like the hardest bosses, but he doesn't wear any armor in the game because he just doesn't get hit. That's Adam West. It's like, look, you ain't gonna hit me. I don't need a bulletproof vest because man's a bad man. Man's a bad man, and he is by like I said, he's by far the most mentally stable Batman because he's not out there all like mourning his parents. It's like he's had therapy. You know what I mean? His parents died when he was young, and he's had therapy clearly because he's not. All these other Batmen are all like, "It's not what I do. It's not what I do." You know, Adam West was like, nah, he's actually quite mentally stable. He's mentally stable, and he's looking after his young ward, um, Robin, so and he's got like people that help him. I'm just saying, on any level, on any metric you want to use, on any metric you want to use, Adam West was the best Batman by far. He had the coolest car. You can't tell me he didn't have the coolest car. Man had that convertible drop. Bruh, by far that was the coolest car. You can't tell me that car is cool today. From the '60s, that car is cool today. All those other ones are like, oh, it was an ex-military tumbler. Bro, whatever, man. My man had a helicopter. Oh, and Adam West beat up a shark. Beat up a shark and sprayed it with like bat shark repellent and blew it up. How many Batman beat up a shark? Only Adam West. Adam West is the only Batman to beat up a shark. Matter of fact, Adam West beat up a shark by punching it while the shark was biting his leg. The shark was biting his leg, yeah? Biting his leg. And he just punched it up, right? Bah, bah, bah. And then when he beat up the shark, he walked to the conference and stood up while answering questions. That's a Batman right there. Pain, I'll walk it off. That's what that says. I'll walk it off. All these other Batmen all bruised up afterwards. I need another suit. Adam West was fighting a shark, got bitten on the leg by a shark, and the shark couldn't even bite through his leg. And bear in mind, there ain't no bulletproof vest or bulletproof trousers he's got, and he's got like regular lycra trousers, and a shark could not bite through his leg because his muscles are that tough. Adam West Batman's muscles were so tough, a shark could not bite through his leg. You can't tell me that is not the best Batman. Come on now. Come on. Let's be reasonable here. Let's be reasonable here. Alan West Batman was by far on any metric. On any metric. This is objective, not even an opinion right now, fam. Objectively the best Batman on any metric. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. I'm not joking. All right, let me catch up with the chat. He's got a crush on. Hey, he was a good looking dude too, though. Hey, rest in peace, Adam West and Cesar Romero. Romero. Let me get his name right. Put a spec on his name. He's having a nerd freak out. I'm Batman. Nosferatu, the original vampire. There is a remake of that coming out. Oh, okay. Nosferatu was an interesting film. I remember seeing that years ago now. But yeah, silent black and white movie. I remember watching that. I don't remember a lot what happens, but I know it's based on the Bram Stoker book. And it's an Italian movie, I believe. But a remake, though, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, remakes don't exactly have a good reputation, but it has been a very long time since Nosferatu was released. So maybe actually, no, I think there has been more than one remake. Kind of thinking about it, I think it's been more than one remake of Nosferatu. Let's see. Yeah, there's a 1922 film. Yeah, 2024. I can see that. I can see the remake coming. Well, I can see the yeah. It could work. I mean, like I said, it's been a long time since the original, so there's of course a lot you can do different. So yeah, it might work. It might work. But yeah, Nosferatu was pretty much as far from what I can remember, Nosferatu was based on Bram Stoker's book, and they've already done a Bram Stoker's Dracula movie back in the 90s. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I guess we'll see. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. We'll see. Be interesting to see a remake of a silent black and white movie as a color talkie movie. So could work. Saw 2 is my favorite. Saw X is my second favorite. Mm. I was talking to um my friend who you might know, Sweet Bundy. He appears on my podcast from time to time. He was telling me that he watched up to Saw 3 and gave up from there. Gave up after 3. I was like, all right, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Hey, you know, oh yeah, I know Nosferatu. I know the movie. I haven't watched it for a long time now, but so I don't remember a lot from it. But yeah, I know the movie. That's and Dr. Caligari's. Oof, Dr. Caligari's cabinet. No, the cabinet of Dr. Caligari. That's not really a horror movie though. It's just kind of a weird movie. Braxton Spivvy in a place to bivvy. How you divvy? Now that's a glowing endorsement. Hey, I'm just speaking facts, bro. I'm just speaking facts. Adam West, best Batman by far, not opinion, facts, straight facts. Yeah, I'm good. Like your favorite NFL team made it to the Super Bowl. I don't have a favorite NFL team because I don't watch silly sports like that. NFL, National Football League. Why is it called football? Why is it called football? Let's start there. Why is it called football? You spend like 99% of the game holding the ball, you know. Why is it called football? Why? National Football League, please. Please. You kick the ball like what, twice for the whole damn game and you call it football. It's like, who named this thing? And how that catch on? Yeah, I know. We it's like basically it's like a pansies version of rugby. Like, let's keep it real. Like American football is a pansies version of rugby. Like it's not a real sport. It is not a real sport. It's like rugby for the people who didn't get picked. That's what that is. That's favorite football, favorite national was it NFL team? Nah. I'm playing. I mean, I don't actually watch NFL, but yeah, it is a real sport. I'm only playing. I'm only playing. But I don't have a favorite NFL team because I don't really watch that. But they have it over here, like one of the stadiums in London, the Tottenham Stadium. They do like the American football games over there from time to time. I've never been because like, I said, I'm not that interested in it, but I know they do it over there, and it's a pretty big thing. So yeah. But still, though, why is it called football? I mean, come on. For real, why is it called football? It's just it's ugh. That's he must be a member of that and West appreciate. Nah, it's not even that. It's just bro, you just go speak facts. You gotta give the flowers where flowers are due. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta give man a flowers when you gotta give the man flowers when the man's flowers are deserved, and his flowers are deserved. People be talking about their favorite Batman, and everybody forgets about Adam West. You know, and I'm like, you know what? Wait a minute. Let's talk about this. If we're gonna talk about the favorite Batman, everyone's all like, you know, oh, is it Michael Keaton? Is it Christian Bell? And like I said, they're not bad. You know, you know the Christian Bell Batmans were really good. They're great movies, right? I'm not saying they're rubbish. But if we are going to talk about the best Batman, you know, then let's talk about this from the point of view of not just your opinion. Oh, I like this and I like that, because opinion is just that. It's just your opinion. Let's talk about this in a way where we could actually qualify who was the best Batman. Christian Bale's Batman got his back broke by Bane. Really? I think about this. Christian Bale, and that's what I mean about how people say about, oh, those Batmans were so realistic. They're not. Christian Bale's Batman fell from like the top floor, the top one of the top floors of a building when he tried to save Maggie Gyllenhaal, right? He jumped out after her and he landed on top of a car, right? At that height, that's whiplash. Like you're not you. I mean, at the very least, it's whiplash, broken bones. Like the fact that he had a suit on does not stop him from breaking his bones. Like you are not surviving a fall like that. Matter of fact, the fact that you had a bulletproof suit on would probably make that fall a whole lot worse. And then a woman is landing on top of him, and she's not injured at all. They landed on a car, falling from how far? And he's totally fine afterwards. Yeah, Bane picks him up, boo, and breaks his back. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? How are you falling from that height and you're okay, but somebody could just like bounce you on their knee and break your back? Like, no, make it make sense, fam. Make it make sense. Like these films are not realistic. Like they're not. They don't add up. Like I say, they're good movies. I enjoy them. I ain't saying that, but come on, you can't tell me a man that gets his back broke by Bane, Christian Bale getting his back blown out by Bane, is better than Adam West who just beat up a shark. It's not. It's clearly he's not a better Batman, right? He's not a better Batman if a human being can break your back on his knee and a shark can't even bite through your leg. Clearly, Adam West was a stronger Batman, right? Matter of fact, Christian Bell was getting all bruised up when he got into those fights. You never saw a bruise on Adam West. You ain't never seen no bruise on Adam West. So yeah, Adam West was objectively speaking the best Batman. Like you can like Christian Bell if you want to. You can like whoever you want to like. But Adam West was categorically, unequivocally, objectively the best Batman. Green Bay Packers are my NFL team. The Green Bay Fudge Packers. Soccer is the only football I know. Rugby is not football. Not in my heart, at least. Soccer. You play it and see how not really. I don't say. What did I say? Oh, I said it wasn't a real sport. I didn't say people don't get hurt. It's not a real sport. But no, for real though, like in American football, like you're all padded up. You got helmets on. You got knee pads on. You got like shoulder pads on. You got chest pads on. It's like you're protected. You're protected. You are protected. And look, rugby players just get battered every day. Like it's just like it's not the same. It's not the same. You got to be a next level of crazy to play rugby. I'm interested in checking it out. George Clooney is Batman. George Clooney. Okay, I think you're taking a piss if you just. If I think you're taking a piss if you're saying George Clooney's your favorite Batman. I feel like you're is the best Batman. Like at that point, I mean to be fair, George Clooney Batman did have nipples, so I'll give him that. I'll give him that. But apart from come on, and he did have a back credit card. To be fair, I think yeah. To be actually now I'm thinking about it, maybe it's not so bad because he had nipples and he had a back credit card. Okay, I'll give him that. I'll give him that. That's fair. That's fair. All right, pick up George Clooney as Batman. You should make a ranking list of the best Batman and explain why they get ranking. Well, I think I've already done one better than that. I have a video on my other channel where I talk about why um 1960s Batman is the best Batman. Next year, I think. What's the Most intense, dark, and edgy, and believable Batman, in my humble opinion. Believable. So it was believable when he fell how many floors to on his back and didn't have a single scratch on him. But then Bane breaks his back and he's out. In fact, what happened in that? Like he had a knee problem, like in between Batman 2 and Batman 3, he had a knee problem and he like retired for however long, and then he injects himself with something and now his knee's okay. That was believable, really, really, really. That was believable. Like he just like knee problem all this time. He injects himself and he's like, oh, now my knee is fine. And then Bane breaks his back on his knee and he can't walk no more. Mm, really? I don't know. That don't seem too believable to me, to be honest with you. Falling that height landing on a car and not dying. Mm-mm. Nah, nah. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Like, if you didn't die, that's some serious broken bones at the very least. That's some serious broken bones and some severe whiplash and concussion at the very least. Man fell that height and landed on the car and was fine. I'm not. But then he can't take a knee to the back. Like, come on, make it make sense. It's is this no, no. He's giving his subject some serious. Well, you got to, man. You got to. Yeah, he was your man crush. Nah, he was a good-looking dude. He was probably the best-looking Batman, to be fair, actually. But that's an opinion. That's an opinion. Everything else is facts. That's number one fan of this joint. Nah, it's not even about that. It's just Cassidy. It was yeah. Just objectively speaking, it was the best Batman. It was the most consistent Batman, by far the most consistent Batman, most mentally stable, most well liked. He's the only Batman that people liked. Like people actually liked him in the show. Like the citizens of Gotham. I mean, they liked Batman. And all other Batmans is kind of like, oh, I'm not too sure what I think about this guy. Yeah, because he was an asshole all the time. So hits in American football are tremendous. Yeah, I'm sure they are. And their chest protection takes all the impact. American football is more dangerous than rugby, in my opinion. I mean, they probably get paid more, and there's probably more drugs involved in American football. So yeah, maybe it's probably more roided up people in American football. Bunch of like gym bros with roid rage. Batman has nipples. He's also well, they come in handy. I mean, you can stab people with the nipples, and you get into a fight. Like if people try and punch you in the chest, you're like, nah, nipple punch, nipple stab. Makes sense. People made fun of it, but it made sense. It made sense. Because you know that man had nipples on his head. He would have gone up in Haze. Well, it would have put him up a little bit higher. It would have put him. I don't. He still wouldn't be the best Batman, but yeah, it would have put him up a little bit higher, just a little bit. Film I watched over and over. The Deliverance. Was that about like Uber Eats and DoorDash and stuff like that? Is that when they come late and they try to eat your food or something? It's a good distraction. So yes, it makes sense. He's got nipples. Bow. Bat punch. Oh, another thing about Adam West Batman, he punched people so hard, words came up on the screen. No other Batman did that. Adam West punched the bad guys so hard, words came up on the screen. Imagine getting punched in your face and then you just see pow. That's how you know you got punched hard. That's how you know you got punched. You got punched hard. You got punched in the face, and you just saw the word "pow" pop up. It's like, no, just go home. Go home. You got punched so hard, words popped up. Like, ain't no other Batman done that. some shrimp and grits and some mozzarella mushroom onion burgers right now. Yeah. Or buffalo chicken pizza. I'll take you for one. Hey, kitchen's right there, bro. Kitchen's right there. You haven't been punched hard until power pops up over your head. I mean, it's true though, right? It's true. Imagine somebody punched you in your face, and and the first thing, the very next thing you see is pow. It's like at that point you just know what. "No, I'm just gonna quit. I'm not even gonna fight this guy. Like if you ever get punched in the face so hard and you saw the word pow pop up, it's like you know what, this guy's clearly out of my league. Just let me go home while I still can. You know what I mean? Let me go home while I still have the ability to go home because this is not gonna end well for me clearly. So I mean, you're making jokes about, oh, you got a shrine, he's number one fan, da da da. But what I'm not hearing is any actual disputation of any facts that I've said. So yeah, you can make fun of if you want to. Oh, if you got a shrine set for Adam West, or yeah, Adam West number, yeah, you can make fun. But every points I've made, I don't hear no rebuttals. I see a lot of making fun, but I don't hear no rebuttals because everything I said is facts. Everything I've said is facts. You know, you just gotta give the flowers where the flowers are due. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give the flowers where the flowers are due. And Adam West Batman was categorically, objectively the best Batman. And I've not yet heard any kind of rebuttal. I've not yet heard anything that disputes the facts that I have laid forth. So yeah, make fun if you want to. That just proves my point. 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 Uh, you know what? I don't have a shrine. I actually don't even have that on DVD. I've got it on Amazon though. I've got the movie on Amazon. I don't have it on physical media. But I have got it on Amazon. Understand MOS includes you in his will by any chance? Nah, he ain't gotta do that. He ain't gotta do that. Adam West passed away in 2017, just a few years ago. Well, actually, come on, it's 10 years. That was that 8 years ago now. No, 7. Yeah, 7 years. 7 years now. 7 years. Yeah, man. Gotta give flowers to the legends, man. Gotta give flowers to the legends. And RIP, catch an early obituary. Okay, what's that about? Did I miss something? Can I stalk you on the other channel too? Oh, you can indeed. Let me get you a link. There's a link somewhere. Let me get you a link. So the channel is called Haze's Movie Room, and I haven't abandoned it, but I haven't posted on it for quite a while. Um, few things happened, and then some other things happened, and then I ended up not posting it on it for quite a while. Now, that being said, I do plan on posting on it again, hopefully soon. I am working on some new videos for it. In fact, I've got one written, completed. I just need to record it and then edit it. So yeah, I'm working on some new videos, and hopefully get back to posting relatively regular. With this channel though, it's very different to this current Haze Days channel. So whereas with Haze Days, I tend to just kind of just drop whatever whenever, you know, little to no editing on this channel. With Haze's Movie Room, I do take a very different approach in that I try to make the videos as best as I can. So there's no schedule because it can take me a while to make a video, especially with the movies that I talk about. It can take a while to, write and make the video and edit and stuff like that. So look, it might be like 3-4 weeks, maybe more before between each videos. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. I mean, the general idea, just to kind of forewarn you as well, I do like to take the piss out of movies. I like to make jokes and nitpick and make fun and hopefully make a few good points along the way as well. So yeah, if you enjoy that style of content, then yeah, please check it out and let me know what you think of a video or two. There's a decent range though. There's some videos about games on there. There's some videos about some music on there. Um, but it is mostly movies. It's mostly me take. Vast majority is me taking a piss out of movies. Even movies that I like, I take the piss out of, um, because I enjoy doing that. And if you read the comment section, you may even see that there's quite a few people who don't like the fact that I take the piss out of certain movies because, well, it is what it is. But I still like doing it. So there you go. But anyway, yeah. That's Haze's movie room. Hopefully you enjoy. Really, oh, appreciate that. Appreciate that. I need all the subs. I'm on 479 right now. Awesome. Awesome. The last video I posted on that channel was called, or is called, "Why Chicken Run is Trash," and that video got me into some trouble. Actually, that was actually quite surprising. That how much trouble that got me into. I didn't realize the Chicken Run community was was that vocal. It didn't occur to me. Um, but I like Chicken Run. It's a good movie. But like I said, I do take a piss out of films that I like too. So yeah, that one got me a little bit of a got me in a little bit of hot water, so to speak. It's okay. Just wanted to watch your lists. No schedule is best schedule. Get a surprise video every now and then. Awesome. Subscribe. Awesome. Hmm. That's actually funny. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you think so because well, well, I'll let you watch the videos and then you can decide whether it's still funny or not. But yeah, I ended up so that was the last video I posted. That was about 5 months ago. I posted that video. And what ended up happening is I posted it just before I went to Saudi Arabia. So I was in Saudi Arabia for 3 weeks, and so I was gonna take a break kind of anyway. But then because of a lot of comments I was getting on that video, I was thinking of like, you know, do I still want to do this? And if people aren't really getting the jokes, and am I doing it wrong? There's a lot of stuff I was thinking about, and it ended up being that I took a much longer break than I originally intended. But yeah, I do plan on coming back to it. I do plan on still taking a piss out of movies. Um, I don't plan on changing too much of how I do it, but I think I do want to look at maybe ways of, maybe letting people know a bit more of what they're getting into. Because I think what tends to happen with YouTube, especially with long videos, people who don't know you aren't really willing to give you the time of day. You know what I mean? Like they come across a channel, they ain't never heard of you. They just see a 20-minute video, they watch like a 30 seconds of it and decide that, oh, this is trash. And then they cuss you out in the comments about stuff that never actually happened. I could tell people didn't actually watch the video, by the way. Um, from the comments they make, they will say things that I did not say or didn't even happen. And they'll try and cuss me out in the comment section about things that didn't even happen. So yeah, I know there's people who just kind of click on it. they see the title and decide they don't like you, and then make a comment from that. I know that's you can't really help that from happening, but if possible, I would like to maybe mitigate that. You know what I mean? I don't want that to be the majority of people if I can help it, because you can never make you can't make people watch your videos. I know, but at the same time, I would like to try and get it so that people are a bit more willing to at least give me like 3-4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like if you could give me like let's say out of a 20-minute video, if you could give me 5-6 minutes at least, you know what I'm saying? But if you're giving me like a minute and then you just or less than a minute and then you deciding that, oh yeah, I don't like this, or oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, and they start writing comments and then cussing me out on things I didn't even say. It's like, dude, come on, come on. So yeah, I ended up taking a longer break than intended, but inshallah, man's coming back soon. Coming back soon. So yeah, look out for that. Hopefully they come in weeks or so. You better not clown the original Star Wars movie. Oh no, I did that already. I did all the Star Wars movies. That's been done. I got through every single Star Wars movie and I cussed them all. I cussed every single one of them out to the ground. Well, maybe not to the ground, but as best as I can. Like I say, I like to take the piss, but also like to try and make good points too. So, but yeah, I've done the Star Wars movies. They're all of them, all of them. Well, all the main ones anyway. Some people are too sensitive and will always have an opinion, even if you just have if you just gave a good. No, this is true. This is true. So a bit of Chicken Run and what's in Gromit growing up. Yeah, Chicken Run was really good. I've actually only watched it when I did that video. Hadn't seen it before. So I think the first time I watched it was probably about maybe a couple of months before I made that video. Um, but yeah, I like Chicken Run, and I've seen Wallace and Gromit, so I know about Aardman Studios. But yeah, no, I like Chicken Run. I haven't seen Chicken Run 2 yet though. Apparently that's not very good, but people talk, so we'll see. I might try and watch that eventually, but yeah, I like Chicken Run. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I mean, Rocky was a cunt, but I like Chicken Run. I don't like Rocky too much. Or what's the other guy, Fowler? I don't like him too much. But yeah, I like the movie. I like the movie. Yeah, someone's called tennis because I was eating on my daughter's live. This guy had missed out on the 1 hour before that I used on making the food. It's ridiculous. It's one of them ones that they come in like what over an hour later, missed a whole bunch, and decide because they just saw this one thing that must be your whole video. It's like, bruh, come on, man, come on, man. That must be your whole video. All you do is eat. Like they just I don't know. Some people I feel like some people are just so arrogant with their heads, so far up their own ass. Like like they just always assuming that the little that they know is everything that there is. You know what I mean? I feel like there's people that genuinely like that. They take the little that they know and decide that's everything that they need to know. Like there's no kind of like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe there was a whole thing that happened the whole in the hour before I got here. It's like, oh no, I just saw this, and therefore I know everything about what's going on. It's like, but yeah, people like that. People like that. It's a little frustrating indeed. And yeah, I know, with YouTube, there's certain things you just can't help. I get that, like you're always gonna get people, writing dumb comments and whatever else. And I get it. It's you can't help that, right? Right. Um, you can't stop that from happening. But yeah, maybe hopefully I can try at least lessen it if I can. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. This is for you, Jacob, by the way. I'm gonna get you something real quick. That's a list of every Star Wars movie that I've talked about. And yeah, I'd be taking a piss out of Star Wars. I'd be taking a piss out of Star Wars. Off the bed. Good night, Mister. Thank you for the hangout. Appreciate coming through, Isaline. Uh, Hodnut. Oh, I might have said it wrong. Did I say it wrong? Hodnut. I'll check it out at the end of the stream. I appreciate it. Yeah, awesome, awesome. I think I did it without looking to. Appreciate you coming through, Isaline. Till next team. Hopefully, you be all good then. Okay, I lost the rhyme. I lost the rhyme. Never mind. I lost the rhyme. But yeah, appreciate coming through. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And yeah, I'll see you next week on the next live stream, which should be next week at 8 p.m. GMT ish. And yeah, I'll try and post a video too in the meantime and maybe check that out too. In the meantime, though, yeah, stay awesome and keep posting those videos. And even though people be saying dumb stuff, that's just people saying dumb stuff. As long as you know you're doing cool things and you are doing cool things, you don't need to listen to these clowns. So yeah, appreciate you. It is peace. What's the time though? It is 10 minutes past 9. I'll probably end the stream soon. Actually, I'll probably end the stream soon. Actually. But yeah, go for just a tiny bit longer. What was my favorite Star Wars? Oof. Okay. Um. I would say my personal favorite is episode 4. However, I would say that between episode 5 and 6 are probably the no, episode 5 actually. Yeah, episode 5 is maybe the most well-made Star Wars movie in terms of its storytelling, its development, the way it continues on and still sets up the next story without feeling like it doesn't do its own thing. So I think it's probably the most well-made Star Wars movie in my opinion. But if I had to put a personal favorite, I'll go with Episode 4, just because it's the original. Just because it's the original. But out of the newer Star Wars films, that the Disney ones, I'm not sure. I mean, they all kind of suck to be honest with you. But probably the Force Awakens. I think is probably the better one out of this in terms of yeah, I say the Force Awakens out of the Disney ones. It's probably the one that does the best in terms of storytelling. But it's I mean, at this point, it's like, what's the nicest smelling turd? You know what I mean? It's it doesn't mean much. It doesn't mean much. Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, that was episode 5, wasn't it? Yeah, 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 yeah. And then Return of the Jedi was 6. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The ones I like Rogue. Oh, I forgot about Rogue One. That's a good one. That's a good one. I did like Rogue One. I did like Rogue One. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna go with Rogue One. Out of the Disney ones, Rogue One is my favorite. I forgot about that, but yes, that is a good one. That is a good one. The Han Solo movie, though, maybe not so much. I mean, it was alright. It had its charm, but honestly, it wasn't really doing it for me. It wasn't doing it for me. But yeah, I did like Rogue One a lot. I liked it so much I forgot about it. It's how it goes, man. It's how it goes. Oof. Did you ever buy the thing? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Like we had I mean, way back in the day, we're talking, like 80s. So we had like Ewok toys. We had the Millennium Falcon. I think we had the Luke Skywalker toy as well. I don't remember if he had Darth Vader or not, but I remember we had the Millennium Falcon. Man, I don't know what happened to it. I know it broke at some point, but I don't know what happened to it after that because I don't remember if we threw it away or anything like that. But I know parts of it got broken. But man, listen, yeah, this is would have been like early 80s, like 81, 82, that kind of time. And imagine if I still had that. Imagine if, but today, I still had that Millennium Falcon in good condition. Bruh. Bruh. If I still had that Millennium Falcon today in good condition, mate, I'd never have to work again. It's actually crazy to think like some of the stuff, some of the toys that we had back in the day, that when you're a kid, you don't even think about these sorts of things. But you get later on, you look back and you find out people be paying like mad money for these things. You're like, whoa, I actually had one of those back in the day and it broke. And then I don't know what happened to it after that. I guess it probably would have got thrown away at some point, but I don't remember specifically get thrown away, is what I mean. But I imagine it would have got thrown away at some point. But yeah, imagine, oh, wow. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Used to have an impressive collection of figures back in the day. For this, oh, for sure, man. To a collector, it would be worth a pretty penny indeed, man. Especially when it's like you're talking about an original run of it as well, because it's not like you know, when they like remake things like 20 years later or something, or 30 years later, they do like a new line of old style toys. If you had like one that was actually made back in like 1979 or 1980 or whatever, you know what I mean? If you had one that was actually made back then and you still had that and it was still in oh, and if it was boxed, oh, you know what? Let's make ourselves real depressed. I'm gonna find how much is a Millennium Falcon worth. Let's make ourselves real depressed right now. You should kind of type Millennium Falcon in good condition. Wow. Let's say mint condition. All right, let's see here. Actually, you know what? They're cheaper than I thought they'd be, actually. On eBay, they got some going for £5,000. The most expensive one looks to be £6,120. And that's a vintage Star Wars 1983 Return of the Jedi vehicle box. Millennium Falcon. £6,120. It's cheaper than I thought it would be. I thought there'd be a lot more. I thought it'd be a lot more than that, but oh well, maybe that's because it's eBay and they got to think about I don't know competition or whatever. But still, you can get a cheaper one on the cheaper end. You can get one for £110. No, that's from 1995 though. That's from 1995. So never mind. We don't want that. We don't want that. Let's see. There's one for £500. It doesn't say which year it was made though. Yeah, for the low price of £500, you can get Millennium Falcon from eBay. Yeah, I thought it'd be much more expensive, but oh well. But still, though, I mean, imagine £6,000 though. It's not. It's not. It's not small money. I mean, that's. that goes towards the deposit on a house. Like, think about like if you had a Millennium Falcon now and you sold it for £6,000, that's a good way to put a deposit down on a house. You know, that's a good way. That's like, I mean, not a house in London, but a house nonetheless. A house nonetheless. That's a good way to deposit on a house. So it's still quite a bit. Still quite a bit. Still quite a bit. But you know, okay, let's see. What is the most expensive toy? And find out if I've had one of them. Okay, so here we go. Jeff Koons Rabbit. This toy sold at auction for a whopping 91.1 million dollars. $91.1 million, making it the most expensive toy in the world. It's a rabbit artfully crafted by artist Jeff Koons. Um, the picture they got, it looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, though. Oh wait, no, that's not the picture of the rabbit. That's just the picture. Of it's a general picture. Never mind. Barbie toys are expensive. Like an original 1959 Barbie doll would go for $23,000, bruh. Listen, if you have a son and he wants to play with Barbie, let him. Don't be like, oh no, you only play with girls' toys. Nah, because someone's you got a son, you want to play with Barbie, let him, and then come sell that thing in 50 years. Destroy that you put this back. In the day. You wish you still had Executive Millennium Falcon. I wish I still had my Atari 2600 and my Sega. Well, oh, yeah, I had the Sega Master System. Yeah, yeah, I had that. I had that. That was a cool one. That was a cool one. Yeah, I guess kind of the Sega Master System, but I mean, I think to be honest, Sega Master System, something's probably best left in the past. But no, we definitely had some cool toys when we were kids. So yeah, of course, we had Star Wars toys. We had the Transformers toys, Mask. Those are the ones I remember. Thundercat toys. We had those. He Man, Brave Star. We had some Brave Star toys. Yeah, yeah, we quite a few toys actually back in the day. Um, I think the coolest ones we had were definitely the Millennium Falcon and Mask. We had like the truck from Mask. I don't think Mask was as popular as some other shows we watched. So I don't know if you've heard it or not, but Mask was a cartoon series back in the day. And but yeah, we had like the truck from Mask. Um, and I think we had like Optimus Prime for Transformers and had Sly from the Thundercats and Lino, of course. I don't think we, no, I think we did. We might have had some wrestling toys as well, I think, but they might come a bit later. I think we had some wrestling because I do remember playing with wrestling toys, but I can't remember if we had them or it might have been like maybe friends or something like that. I'm not sure, but oh, you know the show Mask. Hey, nice, nice, nice. Yeah. Yeah, so we had the truck from Mask. We had that. Uh, But yeah, those are cool ones. Those are coolest ones. Like definitely the Millennium Falcon and the truck from Mars were the coolest ones we had. Um, but yeah, all gone, man. All gone. All gone. Oof. Luke Skywalker 1978 action figure sold on auction for $500,000, half a million. I think we had a Luke Skywalker as well. Man, imagine if I still had a Luke Skywalker. Boy, I'd have $500,000 right now. Well, maybe not half a million because it wouldn't be good condition. But the point is, it might be worth a bit. I'm just looking at some of the most expensive toys ever sold, and I've had some of these. I think I've definitely had a few of these. I know I had. I think I'm pretty sure I had a Luke Skywalker one. Oh man. Oh well. Oh well. Just goes to show you never know, right? You never know. You never know. For all we know, we could be sitting on a gold mine right now, and you just won't even know. Maybe something in your room right now, one day it's gonna be worth like 20 million pounds or something, and you just don't even know. You don't even know. I think that's my favorite. Yeah, that was sick back in the day. Thundercats. I recently bought a box. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I watched all of them again a lot some years back. Still a great show. Still a great show. And Luke Skywalker in his back suit when he was officially. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. When he has his hand cut off, but he's wearing a glove. Mm. Speaking of things coming back, did you see they're bringing back the iPad? Like Apple, not iPad, iPod. Excuse me. I saw an advert today or yesterday or recently anyway, where it was like a billboard advert or one of those bus stop adverts, and it was like they're bringing back the iPod. At least that's what it looked like they were doing. Anyway. I didn't see the advert too closely, but it looked like they were bringing back the iPod, or maybe. But I'm checking it now. I don't know. Oh wait. Yeah, the music lives. Oh, that's from 2022. What the hell? Yeah, maybe they're not bringing back the iPod. Maybe they're not. I don't know. I mean, I saw an advert. And it looked like they're. It says something about. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe I misread it. Like I said, I didn't see it too clearly, but I might have misread. Because I'm looking on their website now, and I see nothing about an iPod coming back. I don't know. Because on one hand, I kind of feel like it'd be cool if they brought it back, but at the same time, why would you? Like, I mean, who would buy it? You know what I mean? Like, who would buy an iPod now if you have a phone, or whether it's an iPhone or any phone for that matter? You have something that does what the iPod does and more, right? You have something that does that and a whole lot more. Why would you buy an iPod? So it doesn't make business sense to bring it back, but I don't know. I was kind of hoping they would bring it back. It doesn't look like they are though. It doesn't look like they are, but I was kind of hoping that they would, just because even if it doesn't make a whole lot of money, which it probably won't, right? It'd be kind of a cool thing to do. Just say, yeah, we're re-releasing an old school device that nobody needs or probably even wants, but why not, right? Why not? Why just re-release it? You could buy it as like a novelty if you want. I know, but oh well. Doesn't look like they're actually bringing it back, so that's a shame. And if they are, then they're not clear about what they're doing. I think the iPod is an unnecessary luxury, no, for sure. Buy now, but back in the day, though, the iPod was pretty cool. Back in the day, when they brought it out for the first time, that was a sick device, man. Like the fact that you could store like thousands, was that 3,000 songs on it? You could store 3,000 songs on this thing. That was mad. Forget the fact that today you could store hundreds of thousands or millions, even maybe. But bruh, back then you could store 3,000 songs on this device, and you could carry it around. And it was like thick. It was like this thick, like this thick, maybe like this big. You know, and you plugged it was wired, no Bluetooth back then. It was like a wired headphones you put into it, and it had that monochrome screen that you kind of scroll around, and you're like, "Oh, this is awesome, man! Listen to my music." Mate, listen, yeah, I had I think it was a second generation iPod, excuse me. It was I don't remember if it was the first or the second. I think it might be the second generation iPod. But here's the thing: I had it. I know. Here's what I do remember. I bought it before they were popular. And I know that because when I bought it, they weren't being mass produced. You had to go on the Apple website, you had to place an order, and I paid about £300 at the time. You place an order, And when you place the order and you pay your money, then they actually make the device. Like it wasn't like they just pull it off an assembly line. They actually make it when you place the order. And it took about a month to get to me from when I placed the order to when I got it. And you could check your progress on a website and say it's at this stage of the manufacturing process. It's at this stage of the manufacturing process. It's now at this stage. You could check your progress online, and then now it's been shipped, and you finally get it. And it's like a month or so later, we finally get it. And I was like, oh, cool. It was the coolest thing back in the day. It really was. Like it's man, I can't like I say I don't remember if it was first or second generation iPod, but I know I had it before it was popular. Um, and yeah, man, the way I was just on this thing, where I was like, what? I was so blown away by the fact that this pretty small device back then, right? This pretty small device, like this thick, and that you could store so much music on it. Because remember before that, it was like Walkmans and Discman, and you had to carry your CDs around in that wallet. Or if I got one of these, I got one of those wallets somewhere. Uh, I don't know. Anyway, but remember the CD wallets you used to carry around to store your CDs in. But you know you had to take them out the case and just put them in the wallet. Or you had your cassettes in your bag that you had to carry around with you, like you know that kind of thing. And even then, you only carry around like what five, maybe tapes, five cassettes, maybe 4 or 5 CDs or whatever. You know, if you wanted to listen to something that you didn't bring with you, tough luck. But now you can store 3,000 songs on this thing, and you just carry it around in your pocket. I mean, we had big pockets back then too, so it wasn't even a problem. But you just carry it around in your pocket, got 3,000 songs. I was like, mate, I was blown away by that. Now it's like, bruh, it's all in the cloud, it's all streaming. But still, it back then, that iPod, yeah, man, those old school iPods back when they were coming out, oof, big thing, big thing. Now, yeah, I get it. There's no um there's no real use for it right now because whatever kind of device you have, whether you got an iPhone, whether you got an Android phone, whatever kind of device you have, you've got something that does everything that iPods did, plus a whole lot more. There's no point. Like, why are you carrying around two devices and one of them just does, you know, like less than what, like tenth of what one, you know what I mean? It's no point. There's no point. But I don't know. Maybe there's a case use for it. Maybe some people would want it just to have it in their house and just use it as a music device. That could be pretty cool. You know, you could maybe just use it for like maybe just streaming music to your home Wi-Fi or something. I don't know what you do with an iPad now, but iPod now, but yeah. Oh well, maybe they're not bringing it back. I'm not sure. Whatever I saw then, I clearly didn't see it that clearly. I clearly didn't see it that clearly. But oh well, oh well. It doesn't look like they're bringing it back. Certainly not anytime soon, anyway. Yeah, they got to oh, for sure, man. It was great. Like, I mean, I knew what. I mean, I paid £300 for it, so what? I did my research. You know what I'm saying? I did my research. But yeah, I can't remember what year this would have been. This would have been like I don't know, 2000 or something. I'm sure. I don't remember, but whenever. Let's see. Let's figure out when was Apple iPod originally released. 2001. Okay, so the first generation was 2001. Yeah. Let's see. iPod second generation was 2002. So yeah, sometime between 2001 and 2002. So I say I don't remember it was the first or second generation, but it was definitely one of the early ones, and I know it was definitely before it was popular. So yeah, sometime around 2001, 2002 when I would have got it. Oh, and I actually had to Zune at one time as well. Remember the Microsoft Zune? I had that at one time. That didn't last long. That didn't last long. That didn't last. And the thing about the Zune was actually a good device, but the problem with it was that they made the charge connector some proprietary device thing that broke easily. Like it wasn't a very stable, good charge connector. Like it ended up breaking. And what happened is that the connector broke, like the inside of the not the cable, like actually inside the machine that where it connects. That bit broke, right? And it just meant I couldn't charge it. Like even if I replaced the cable, I couldn't charge it because the actual inside of where it connects broke. So I had this device that had some power left in it, and I couldn't charge it anymore. And if by now, like by then, sorry, like the warranties and things like that, right? So I can't return it. And all I can do is just let the battery die out because I can't charge it, like it, because the inside broke, so it was really disappointing. Because it was actually a pretty good device. The Zune was actually a pretty good device, but Microsoft screwed up with the manufacturing, like the fact that they made something that just breaks that easily. It was like, and I think that was like I don't remember what I spent on that one, but maybe £200 or so. I don't remember, but yeah, I had the Zune. I had the iPod. I had the Zune. I feel like if Microsoft tried it again, hopefully they can do it better. Actually, there's no point doing a Zune now. There's actually no point doing a Zune. There is next to no point doing just to say there's not much point re-releasing the iPod. There's no point doing a Zune again. But at the time, it was a good device. They just screwed it up. They just screwed it up. Engineers created such a device that at the time felt limitless. Anything is possible. It was difficult to transition moving physical media. Not really, not really. I mean, it's just that's what you paid for. I paid £300. Why it ain't gonna be no difficult? It's like, man, I paid £300 for this thing. I'm gonna use it. It's not really difficult. Besides, you still had physical media. Remember back then, it weren't like you could stream music, so you had to, um, if you had your CDs, whatever, you rip your CDs from you rip your CDs to your computer. You upload the music, the MP3s from your computer to your iPhone, iPod. So you still bought CDs and whatever. So it didn't take away physical media. It was just how you listen to music was different. Like rather than carrying around a bunch of CDs, you just got everything on your iPad. Um, so yeah, it weren't like it just that did not what wasn't the thing that destroyed physical media. That existed alongside physical media. Even when Apple brought in their own kind of music store, it didn't take away physical media. In fact, physical media is still around. It's just not as I guess not as big as it used to. But no, 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 no problem. No problem at all. No problem at all. And never abandon physical media. Never. Yeah. Yeah, man. It was a time. It was a time. It was a time, but oh well, that time is past. I don't know. Maybe like you can bring back an iPod or a Zune as like just like an in-home device. I think like something where it's literally just like a hi-fi basically, but it's designed to look like an iPod. You make you bring it maybe you could bring it back that way, like something that streams your music, so it connects to like your music streaming service, and you can stream your music to like a hi-fi to your speakers. And granted, I guess it's not the it's not something that a lot of people would have a use for, but it could be something just in your home as rather than hooking up your Bluetooth every time to the speakers, you could just like have your thing there and it's already there. That just does it for you. That could be a thing, but yeah, it's an unnecessary no. Like you said, it's an unnecessary novelty at this point. It's an unnecessary novelty, but I don't know. I still kind of think it'd be cool to bring back the Zune, bring back the iPod, even though they're completely useless at this point, and the Zune with its crappy connector, even more useless at this point. But if they could bring it back and maybe just put like a USB-C on it or something, then I don't know. Maybe that makes it a little bit better. But yeah, man, it was a time. It was a time. I still got one foot in the past. Progressive to a point. I do appreciate modernity, but still old school in some respects. Yeah, and I get that. I get that. I mean, I like vinyl. Sometimes it's just cool. But hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But with that, I believe it's time to winding down. It is 20 to 10 right now. So, yeah, let's start winding it down. Dude, appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you guys coming through. Should be live streaming again next week, 8 p.m. GMT ish. Try and post a video or two in the meantime during the week. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now, guys. You've been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for keeping it lively. Until whenever, if ever.